Female from 2017 grabbed this private area.
I told you that.
I told you that. Baby. I told you that. She grabbed my What can I do? Grab my Not my fault. Hi, my name is Dwight Gillespie, and welcome to the Trash TV Review podcast. This is my book, Price Tags. It's available now. You can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all that kind of good stuff. We have another channel called Change Your Life, which is very different from this one. Over there, we talk about things that you can do to help you navigate life, basically. It's a pretty good podcast, if I do say so myself. I host that one as well. Today we're going to do a Wilkos. This is Steve Wilkos. Again, many of you know, one of my favorites. Love Wilkos. And the reason I like the guy, I have one friend who can't stand him, right? Who the hell is he? But then again, who the hell am I, right? And that's what I said. I'm like, well, who am I to say, Basically, I like Wilkos because he doesn't just bring these people on in most cases, because he does a lot of brutal things that I don't do. I make a conscious decision sometimes not to do the really brutal stuff. And we'll do it once in a while, but he does has the child been molested, who abused the child, those kind of things. And those are rough. I'd like to keep this lighthearted. But a lot of the reason that we do this is to help people. It's easier to learn from somebody else's mistakes than from your own, right? And if you can look at other people and say, I don't want to live that way, it's a lot easier, because I really believe that in life you learn from every single person that you meet. And 95% of what you're going to learn is what not to do, like how not to live your life, if you don't want to end like this. And a lot of this has to do, almost all of it has to do with relationships, how we relate to one another, not just on a romantic level, but on a personal level, how we interact with each other. And the that gets into our heads that can really mess us up in relationships. And you see that the most in these shows, in Maury and Wilkos. You see it on a very basic level. Anyway, so let's go ahead. Without any further ado, we have a Steve Wilkos. He moved another woman into our home. That doesn't sound very good, does it? That right there, I love the title. All right, now let's see what's going to happen here. And here we go.
Tessie says she needs to know if her marriage is built on a lie. You see, before she and Mark married in 2018, Mark admitted to moving another woman into their home while Tessie was out of state.
Well, that's not good.
He assured Tessie he only did it for help with the bill.
Yeah, he only did it to help with the bills, not to help with his.
But recently, Mark admitted that he had sex with that woman, and now Tessie
I am shocked.
says she can't trust a word he says. Take a look.
In a perfect world, we'll pass our test.
In a perfect
go
world.
home and work on our marriage and take care.
In a perfect world, we pass the test, but this ain't no perfect world. Everybody knows that.
Our children and be happy. But I know it's not a perfect world.
Yeah. You see? I love it. You see that big spot, but I know it's not a perfect world. And you can see this guy's got player written all over him, right? He looks like probably one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet, and just loves to charm the pants off of women, as it were.
My wife has accused me of cheating. I have
Accusing
cheated
me,
on her in the past. That was
out of the
before
blue.
I married her. I haven't cheated since. We both had lifestyles. I was out in the street a lot, doing what I do. But, I changed my life.
Doing what I do, not doing what I did. No.
We have a family now, and I just want this to work.
Yeah.
She says every time I leave the house, I'm cheating. Every time
She's probably
I'm
right.
fishing, I'm cheating. Every time I go get a beer, I'm cheating. By the time I get home, she won't even open the door for me.
Now, we've talked about this in other podcasts, right? And this is that whole thing, if you can't trust somebody, if it's like that, he goes, look, I'm going out to get a beer, right? Something I don't do myself, but some people do it. I understand. It's in the normal world. Every time this man leaves the house, he's under her scrutiny. And why? Because she's probably caught him time and again, lying, cheating, all that kind of right? So every time he leaves, it's next to impossible to live that way. And we were just talking before we started this podcast, about if you can't trust the person you're with, if every time they leave the house, your stomach starts to churn and you just can't trust them and you really believe they're playing, what are you doing there? Like, how do you live that way? Do you think that magically someday it's going to get better? That someday all of a sudden you're going to be able to trust them? Like, I don't see how that's possible. But anyway, and I know some people that can come through that. I have good friends who went through some stuff, and and there were affairs or whatever, and they got back together and they learned how to trust each other again. But it's not something you can just say, oh yeah, I trust you again, and then keep you under the thumb and go through your phone and sniff your body when you come home. And listen, that's not an exaggeration. There's a lot of people that do that. So anyway, this is how this man's got to live right now. And what it doesn't sound like he has is any self-awareness that I caused this problem. Right? It almost sounds like, and I can't, why is she doing this to me? Well, she's doing that because you're a lying mother, man. That's why she's doing it, because she can't trust you. And you've probably given her ample reason. It's like, oh, we moved a woman into our house while you went to your relatives in Ohio for a little while. Well, I'm not her, I swear to God. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe a little, but it was an accident. Yeah. 8 times. Okay, here we go.
The bag to get in the house. Then I'm thinking she's cheating. Maybe she has someone
maybe
in the
she
house
is.
why it takes so long for her to let me
Maybe
in
she's
the house.
earned it.
She throw things at
See,
me.
now look at this woman, right? She looks like a very pleasant woman, to be honest with you. And she's probably, been living with this guy. He's probably a little crazy, but who wouldn't be, right? And this is, I always say men are and women are crazy, but it's like the chicken and the egg. And I say this all the time. Maybe we're you're crazy because we're or we're because you're crazy. But she looks like a nice lady. Anyway, just looking at her, right? You don't judge by look. I do, but anyway, you're not supposed to. But I can sum people up by looking in their eyes. And I got to tell you that she looks like a nice person. She really does. Like a person who wants to be, a mom and have a family and all that good stuff. That's the look she presents anyway. And looks can be deceiving. I've been deceived many times myself. Well, she looked like she was clean. How did I get an STD? Anyway, we go back. I digress.
Anything that she can come up with to just escalate the argument further. I was hanging out with some friends of mine.
Just hanging out.
Didn't come home when she thought I should be home. Came home a couple hours later.
And that's bullshit too, because if he's admitting to a couple out, he was supposed to be home for dinner at like 6 or 7. Her and the kids were waiting, and he comes stumbling in about 2 o'clock in the morning, drunk, smelling like perfume with glitter all over him. That's probably the way that story really goes.
Drinking. She thought I was with another woman, or she hit me in the face with a can opener.
Which, listen, she hit him in the face with a can opener. Never good, never good. And I don't condone in any way, shape, or form. It's not right for a man to hit a woman. It is also not right for a woman to hit a man. You don't hit. You don't hit. People are allowed to defend themselves. But the best thing to always do is if it gets physical, is call the police and get out of the situation. Whether you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter. Call the police, get it on record. Because no hitting. That's the rule, right? It's a lot more acceptable. And that's one thing I don't like about these shows. It's a lot more acceptable when the women will slap these men on the show. And that's like, and it's almost okay. If I've never seen on the show where a man just hears that a woman cheated and is allowed to slap him. But they'll let a woman slap a man on these shows. And I don't like that stuff because either way, it's not right. Okay, here we go.
She's in my mouth.
Enough pontificating.
I had a friend of mine, I was consulting her about my wife and the things she was doing. And so we end up seeing each other. And every time my wife would start a fight, I would call her. She would pick me up. She would give me money.
She said, wonder why my wife doesn't trust me.
I cut all ties with her once I got married.
That was nice of him.
My wife don't believe that I've cut all ties with her. I still talk to her. When I'm not there, she thinks
I believe that too.
I'm with her. When I have extra money, she thinks she's giving it to me. But that's not true at all. I work for her. She need to know that I love her. We have 2 beautiful kids. And I'm doing everything that I can to be a father.
No, he's not. He's not.
A husband to her. And I really wish she would trust me and let the past go. And I really wish I could trust her.
See, and that's it. Let the past go. But it's not that easy. People think it is. Oh, she says she forgive me. Well, obviously she hasn't. She wants to. There's a difference between wanting to forgive somebody and actually forgiving them. And also, understand this. Forgiveness never means that you now have license to abuse me. Forgiveness just means I understand what you did and I'm okay. I get it. All right. We both did things, whatever like that. But it doesn't mean it's okay for you to continue to do those things because I forgave you. Or that I'm going to forget. And when you don't come home for hours at a time or days at a time, that I'm just going to look the other way and say, oh, well, he says he's not cheating anymore. And I forgave him for that. So I got to forget it and put it right out of my head. Human nature doesn't work that way. Again, these things, these are my man, Stephen Covey, who I love. God rest his soul. Stephen Covey talks about paradigm shifts. Like it takes a shift in who you are as fundamentally as a person in order to not just to forgive, but to be forgiven. You have to change that trait in your personality that led to that distrust to begin with. You know, these aren't feel-good moments or what he calls cotton candy, which I love. You know, the cotton candy, it's all fluff and no substance. You know what I mean? It's real sweet, but it dissolves into nothing, you know? Anyway, here we go.
And let the past go.
And she doesn't. A very pretty woman, by the way.
He's being fake.
He's being fake.
He's so fake because he lied. He's a liar, and he lied to me in the beginning of a relationship. And
I love the Southern drawl. That really does something for me. Anyway, we'll move in a little.
think he's lying now.
You know why I'm laughing? It's just like, it's so weird to hear a woman who's married to a guy like, he's fake, he's a liar, like, why are you married to somebody like that?
And that is such a great question. That is such a great question. Here's a man, you don't trust him. He's a liar. He's fake. But when you meet this guy, right, and we already did kind of, he's charming. He's a really nice guy. Like you can see hanging out with this guy, you know, playing ball, whatever, you know, like just palling around. Like he seems like a really decent human being. He just likes to a lot of different women, you know? Ain't nothing to it. It's not like I love them. I just them, you know, like... And you know, so, but that's why she's still with him. It's that you can't pick who you love, Steve. Bullshit. You can actually. You can't pick who you're addicted to, who you're obsessed with, and who you are absolutely 100% dedicated to making love you, you know? Like, you can't do that. All right. Yay, Steve.
I didn't think that he was that way when we first met because he was just a nice guy. He was a good person.
There you go. See?
He had a good personality about him.
It still does.
He's funny and, charming.
Funny, witty, charming,
else, but,
big.
After I moved,
the real attributes to a good,
actually,
long-sustaining relationship.
We weren't getting along pretty much. And I ended up going with a relative out of state for a month.
Just to give yourself a break.
Just to give us a break,
They must be from Kentucky. They got that Kentucky twang, and she goes to Ohio, so there's that hillbilly bit to it too. I know Scott's Irish here, so I understand that whole hillbilly thing. I love it. These are my people.
Just to clear the air, like, hey, just take your space, I'll take mine.
And what happened?
He moved another woman in.
Can you believe it?
Gone, and it was just like.
And for a month, can you imagine going a whole month with no sex? What was he supposed to do? Oh my God, Master what?
He told you, hey, it's because she's going to help with the bills.
Help with the bills, but
she's going to help with the bills. I bet this woman probably paid all the bills, took care of him, and he just was living the life, man.
We would FaceTime when I was there, and we talked all the time.
All the time.
Conversations got shorter.
Shorter and shorter. And the FaceTime got real small, and all of a sudden he was just calling from the bathroom. Yeah. Whispering.
Did you believe him?
He did not tell me. I found out for somebody else. It calmed down for a little bit, and then, when we got married, before we got married, I asked him, I said, is there any secrets that you need to get out?
Yeah.
Is there anything you need to tell me?
Just curious. What kind of a bag have you been up to this point? You need to tell me anything?
Me before, we walk down the aisle and take these vows and stuff. And he's like, no. He's like, when you cheated on me, because I did cheat on him, after I had enough of him being around.
See, now there's the truth, right? And listen, here it comes.
This woman.
Who did you cheat with?
A friend that I met. Just a guy
Nice.
that I met, and then we just started talking and hanging out, and then one thing led to another.
And I'm going to give her a break on this, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I've been in this situation, right? My first wife. I accused this woman so much of cheating, right? Just so much that she eventually was like, the hell with it. I might as well be having a fun. And I really believe that I pushed her to do this, that it wasn't something that she would have just done, right? And with this woman, she's like, this guy is tapping everything that moves. He's got girls giving him money, buying him stuff, right? And she just like, out of desperation, she met somebody and she's like, the hell with it. And that she says she slept with this guy twice and that was it. Like, and really it was more of a revenge. Like I believe that in her. She seems like a good person. She's not somebody who's out there around and everything like that, like her husband. You know, so I give her a break on this, and maybe it's because she's got that look, she's got that sweet look of innocence and everything to her. And I know. I'll get comments, right? You can't always go by that, but she really does have that look. So, and I really believe she was just like, he's doing it. Why shouldn't I? I should do this too? But I don't think her heart was in it. This is, of course, unfortunately for her husband, that's not the part that really needs to be in it, right? You know, like.
How many times did you sleep with him?
I slept with him twice.
2 times.
Twice. And then you told Mark?
I apologized to
No, but
him.
did you tell him?
I said I had enough of you being around this female. You told me you were not going to call
And
her and
how
hang
did
out.
he react?
He had the nerve to get mad. He wanted to get
He
mad.
had the nerve to get mad. Because that is, she's right about that. Like, how can you get mad, you know? Like, you punch me, and I punch you back, and you get pissed at me for punching you. How does that work, right?
Mad.
He had the nerve.
He had the nerve to get
mad that his wife.
We
slept
weren't married
with,
then.
Okay.
We weren't married then.
So
Right.
you both got married knowing that you're kind of dirty.
Yeah, we did. Because, you know, but here's the thing. He lied to me.
Now, why get married? Like, why? Now, he's cheating so much before they get married. And I had that theory, too. I remember the first time I got married, I put a ring on her because that way you own it. It's mine. I have branded her for life. You know, and now she's got to do everything I say, right? You know, no. But that was a big part of the thinking. I remember the night before I got married, and my friend John said, "You don't have to do this, man. You could actually go out and get a job and like get your own apartment." And I looked at him like he was out of his mind. A job? Like, what would I want one of those for? You know? Anyway, yeah. And people, as price tags, you pay for everything in life. Right, everything in life you pay for, whether you do it or don't do it. There's a price. There's a price at the end of everything, right? And that's it. And here we go. These people never should have gotten married. They never should have gotten married. They had no trust, no true relationship, no true solidarity with one another. There's no loyalty there. There's nothing but sex and control, and that's it. That's their relationship. You can see it.
He said he never ever cheated on me.
Never.
Ever.
With the woman that he
With anybody.
Right.
With
and
anybody.
it just so happened like a couple days ago, he's like, I gotta tell you something.
Liar,
You
liar,
know,
pants
I
on
cheat
fire.
you. I said, with who? He said, with the girl that you know about, that one that I moved in while you was in Ohio.
Surprise.
I said, I already knew. I said,
Surprise,
I even knew
surprise.
I just wanted you
And
to
that's
tell
the
me.
reason why you cheated.
Yeah, it's the reason why I cheated, because he would not leave the woman alone.
Right.
And
That's
I had
what I'm
enough.
saying, yeah.
Here's the thing right here.
So instead of doing the right thing and just getting out of the relationship, because she's right to not have enough, right? She had enough. So just get out of the relationship. But you got to control it. You got to make this person want you, because you're so desperate for love and attention that you probably didn't get from anywhere else. You have to make this person love you. And here you are. Here you are on Steve Wilkos.
I've seen texts on your phone. You've lied to me. I've seen texts to your baby daddy.
Look at this.
When I
Putting
was
it on
going
her.
to
This is
leave
all
me
on
then
you.
If you felt some kind of way.
I thought I was going to leave you.
Yeah, there ain't no thought. You should have if you felt some kind of way instead of dragging my ass back to some.
But I loved you.
There ain't no love if you moving another bitch in the house.
Ain't no love. You move another in the house. Well put. I couldn't have said that better myself.
I thought you left me.
But when he moved the other in the house, how can you love that? See, you can throw it right back at, like, what do you love about this man? Why are you with him? Hey, he's a good-looking dude, and I gotta guess he's got a nice I'm gonna guess, because he's very free with it, and there's got to be something to it, you know? And he seems like a good provider, you know? Apparently he provides as well, so that's good too, but...
Ain't no thought. You knew I was coming back.
I thought you left me.
But if you knew you moved another
I did not know you was coming back. I know what you said to me.
Do you cheat on her?
No, I do not.
No, I
Didn't
do
you
not.
sneak out with
You can't even say it with a straight face.
this heifer for I don't know how long, and they're saying you
Heifer.
going here and you wouldn't be there.
Yeah, I snuck out with her.
And
Yeah,
then when
well,
we did,
yeah.
Whoa. Why'd you sneak out with the heifer?
That was in the past.
I love Steve.
Steve, she gave me money.
she was a bucket
She
head.
gave me money.
Couple new
bucket
cars.
head.
She let me drive
I don't really know what a bucket head is, but I'm going to guess it's not good.
all the
bucket
time.
head.
It's just
Bucket
the
head?
you moved into
She a
your
bucket
house?
head?
Yes.
Right. But
Got to
then
be
when
Kentucky.
you get back together with your wife, who wasn't your wife at the time, I understand that, you continued to see her.
No, he was seeing somebody else. He was going over to another woman's house. This is a different
She knows all this. Why are you there?
woman now.
No,
Saying, well, I'm helping her
This
move
was our
furniture and
neighbor,
stuff.
which to
Our
ask
neighbor.
me help move her furniture and help sell some of her furniture where we were living.
He would
was
lie,
nothing.
Steve. He would lie. He would say
Was
he in a
nothing.
parking lot. He said he'd be in a parking lot drinking beer with his buddies and would be
Do
gone
you
up
think
in
your
this woman's
wife is
house.
cheating on you?
Possibility.
If she acting like me, she is. Yeah, possibility. Anything's possible. It's possible in the next 10 seconds an asteroid's going to hit Earth. Doubtful, but possible.
I came out and told you that.
Wouldn't it be funny if it happened?
I was honest about my stuff.
I think she
you're
lies
just
to me
now
a
being
lot.
honest with me.
She said she came home and said, I slept with the guy.
No, that's not true at
Yeah,
all.
what's the truth?
That's not true at all.
Well, how
the
did you
house we
find
was
out?
living in was a buddy of mine. He told me he seen her getting out of this truck. Over and over. I didn't believe him. So I sat around the corner one day and I seen her get in the truck.
You took a lie detector test.
So she was having an
Yeah.
affair. It wasn't one time, two times. She was having an affair with the other guy. But I still give her a pass because it's out of self-defense. But see, she doesn't know enough to just leave. Just leave. Get out. What are you prolonging this for? This is never going to work. This is how this man's going to be. That's it. Done. So get out.
Asked you, since being married to Mark, have you had any sexual physical contact with any other males? You answered no. Since being married to Mark, have you had sexual intercourse with
Mark
any
looks nervous.
other males? You answered no.
She
The results
doesn't.
came back the same to each question, and it came back that Tessie told the truth.
What? There you go. Yeah, there you go. No. Oh, honey. Let me give you a big old hug and a kiss. I love you so much. You ain't been getting nobody. Yeah, okay, all right.
Mark confessed that since he
Confessed.
has been married, that the female from 2017 grabbed his private area.
I told you that.
I told you that, baby. I told you that. She grabbed my. What can I do? Grab my. Not my fault.
You
States,
did not say that
Yes,
when we
I
were
did.
married. You
At
did
my
not,
mom's
you
Yeah, I
did
did.
not say that.
See, right there, she hit him, and that should not be allowed. Because if he hit her, if she had failed her test, and he hit her, they would be on him like stink on. And rightfully so.
You did not say that.
Yes, I
no,
did.
you did not either.
Yes, I
not
did,
since we've
honey.
been married.
we went on to ask him, besides being grabbed at one
What,
time,
yeah.
since being married, have you
Here
had
you go. You gonna bite the lip? Uh-oh. Here it come. Let's hope this test ain't accurate.
any sexual contact with other females?
A lot of
besides
body
Tessie?
language there.
He answered no. Since being married, have you had sexual intercourse with any other females besides Tessie?
Perish the
He
thought.
answered no. Besides being grabbed one time, regarding that female
That's
from
great.
2017, since being married, have you had any other type of sexual activity
That's
with
it.
her? He answered no. The results came back all the same, and they came back that Mark did not tell the truth.
I am shocked. See, and there she is, punching on him again. They should not be allowing that. You don't hit people. You don't hit.
You know what?
Are you serious, baby?
Are you serious?
Keep it.
You believe that bullshit?
Keep it. For real.
Baby.
Real talk.
Real talk.
I don't know. You can believe what you want to
Because you know if
believe.
you're going to let a grab on you while we married,
Grab.
you can,
That's what she's focusing on, that she grabbed him. He her. He her. She didn't grab nothing. He her.
She grabbed me.
let somebody touch you while we married. That's disrespectful.
And she keeps
boy.
hitting him,
Tessie,
and
I
they keep
told her
allowing
you
it.
do not touch.
Disrespectful, man.
I told her, don't touch me, baby, and she wouldn't listen, so I had to her. Yeah.
Disrespecting
You're
me.
disrespectful.
He failed for sleeping with somebody.
Okay.
Forget the grabbing.
Okay.
Haven't slept with us,
He
Steve.
fell
You didn't eat with
Haven't
him.
slept with no one.
Because you know
I
what?
love you.
No, that ain't love if you're doing all this.
I love you.
What are you
baby.
gonna do?
I don't want this. I don't want this
So
Right.
it's
at
over.
all.
It's
But
over.
she
You
knew
can
that
have it.
coming in.
You know I don't
You
want
can
her.
have it. Go hook up with her at
You know I love you.
Oh, I love you, baby.
You know I
Because I
love
know
you.
she been keeping
And I
that
believe him.
secret
I believe
all
he
this
does.
time too. That's
You
why
know I love you.
You know what? No,
He
that
just
ain't
can't
love,
keep his
Mark.
in his
know I love
pants.
That's not love, Mark.
Is it over?
Sure.
I'm done.
All right. Good luck to you.
See, because
It's not over.
look, relationship, he says, well, yeah, it's not over. That's what he said at the end there. It's not over. Because he think he's going to talk his way back in there, and maybe he will. And if she's smart, she's not going to allow that to happen, right? You can't allow that to happen. Because for me, anyway, a relationship, it's a give and take. Yeah, you know, it's alluring. You want to have sex. Sex is fun, right? Let's face it, sex is fun. You have sex. In a relationship, though, it rises above that for me anyway, you know. And some people, that's part of their relationship. They have open relationships or whatever, and that's all well and good. I'm not here to judge that. Some people can do it, some people can't, I guess. But if you've made that commitment to somebody, if you're not in a mutually consenting open relationship, and I remember a story about what was the name? Two very famous, an actor and actress from the '60s. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They had an open relationship. He wanted an open relationship because he was in California doing movies. She was in New York doing plays. And he's like, yeah, I want to have an open relationship. And she said, good, because I got somebody over here who's, he's really hitting up on me. He's like, what? Well, yeah, because it works both ways, and if there's mutual consent, that's one thing. But this is obviously a situation where these people were in a monogamous relationship. And when that's the case, sex goes out. Like, look, and it doesn't mean that you're never going to be, and that was something with the second wife, where she believed that meant that you should never, ever be attracted to another human being, which is absolutely ridiculous and unrealistic. To never find another human being attractive or sexually alluring is just insane. Like, that's an impossibility. You're asking me to cut off part of my human being, right? But the whole thing about relationships is to work together. And if this is something that you're involved in, a monogamous relationship, that's what it means, is to, okay, doesn't mean you'll never be tempted. It doesn't mean anything. Like, I'm on a diet. I don't even call it a diet. I changed my eating habits and I cut certain things out. It doesn't mean that I don't want these things anymore. It means I don't eat them because I know what they're going to lead to for me. So I don't touch them. I've lost 65 pounds as a result. I'm actually closer to 70 now. But anyway, that aside, it's part, again, price tags. Like, I'm willing to pay a price of cutting that stuff out so that I could gain what I want. Good health. For me, it's about good health, right? And I want to be healthy and all that fat phobic I am absolutely fat phobic. You take me up on that. And it's all well and good. So, oh, you're fat phobic. At 30, that works. You get closer to 60 and all that fat starts to talk about things like fatty liver. They start to talk about things like diabetes. I've had knee replacement surgery, like all these things. If you've seen my videos, you already know. But so, this is what I have to do. These are the prices. And in a monogamous relationship, part of the price is that when that alluring, a person comes along on the other side, that you say, no, I'm in a monogamous relationship. I love this person. I don't want to hurt them like that, and that's what it's about. Anyway, my name is Dwight. That was the video for today. Please join us again. Go over to my other channel. And if you haven't done so already, like, subscribe, and by all means, share it with your friends and comment below. It really helps. I answer the comments myself when I get them. And hope to hear from you soon. Be well. My name is Dwight. Have a great week. Bye.